the White House. Now let's talk about the auto industry, because I know that we are in the capital. You know, Michigan is the capital of American craftsmanship and American automobiles. And one of the things that you look at Kamala Harris, she has actively gone out there and bragged that she wants to raise your taxes to subsidize purchasing electric vehicles made in communist China. This is one of the reasons why Donald Trump wants to make auto loan payments deductible so that you can get lower taxes for buying American-made automobiles that'll help the Michigan auto workers who make them. Now think about it. This is common sense economics. We want to reward people who are creating jobs and working at those jobs right here in the state of Michigan, right here in the United States of America. We don't want to reward foreign corporations and foreign companies for stealing American jobs. And that's why we got to get back to the leadership of Donald J. Trump, because Kamala Harris, she's going out there bragging. She's telling you she's going to raise your taxes and use that money to subsidize people buying products made in China. I think we ought to cut your taxes and reward the American companies that are creating jobs right here in our own country. And I hate to say it, my friends, it's not just plans and it's not just proposals. We are seeing in action the effect of Kamala Harris's policies. Did anybody see the jobs report that came out this morning? While Kamala Harris goes out there and brags about the economy being great, we've got Michigan families who can't afford the price of groceries, and importantly, over the last month, our country lost 28,000 private sector jobs. And it gets even worse than that. We lost 46,000 manufacturing jobs. This is what happens when you double down on the failed policies, not just of the last 4 years, but the failed policies of the last 40 years. You get less Americans working and more Americans on welfare. You get less self-reliance and more dependence on the government. You get 46,000 manufacturing jobs destroyed and sent overseas. We have got to get back to creating American jobs and American prosperity right here in the state of Michigan. We cannot keep doing more of the same and expect different results. We have got to take this country in another direction. You know, I grew up in a working class family. I was raised in a steel town where over my lifetime, the steel mill that employed my grandfather, I called him Papaw. Papaw's steel mill went from 10,000 high-quality union middle-class jobs to now, and it's one of the lucky ones, employs maybe 1,800 people. That is what happens when you have the failed leadership. Again, not just of the last 4 years, but of the last 40 years. There was one exception, one period where we had rising take-home pay, one period where we started to reinvest in the American worker and in American industry, and that was the 4 years when Donald J. Trump was president. But we got to get back to it. 4 years is not enough to fix what was broken in 40. Look around this state. Look at your communities. Look at what's going on. These people are asking us to trade good manufacturing jobs for jobs that don't even support a middle-class family. They're asking us to trade safety in our own communities for fentanyl being flooded in by the Mexican drug cartels. I'd like to have a president that wants to create good American jobs for Michigan workers. Kamala Harris is creating jobs for the Mexican drug cartels, and we've got to go in a different direction. It's very simple. Here's what the effect of this is. Think of this. Our people are telling us that the economy, 80% of our fellow citizens are telling us the economy is going in the wrong direction. 9% of the credit card balances in the United States of America are delinquent, and that number is going up by the day. Our people are telling us they can't even afford to pay their bills, and we have an opportunity to give them new leadership and to take this country in a different direction. Michigan, in 4 days, are we ready to do exactly that? You know, it's not just in 4 days, because in the state of Michigan, and I confirmed this with Bill Huizenga, you guys have got early voting up through Sunday, okay? So you've got an opportunity to vote early, and we ought to do it. We ought to take advantage of every opportunity that we have to vote. Who has voted early in this room? Great, great. Well, we got another couple of days, and here's the game that's being played. The Democrats are trying to bank as many votes. Kamala Harris is trying to bank as many votes as physically possible so that they can have as big of a lead on Election Day. So think about it. It's like a football game where you start the game down by 3 touchdowns, okay? Well, let's start the game tied so that on Election Day we get over the finish line and we win the game and make Donald J. Trump the next president of the United States. That's all we got to do. So get out there and bank as many votes. Get out there and cast your vote early. Look, I don't like election season. I like Election Day, but it is what it is. If Kamala Harris and the Democrats are going to take advantage of every avenue and every opportunity to vote early and vote often, we've got to do the exact same